Hey peoples, so I've been really excited for the Division to come out for a while, especially since this was supposed to come out over a year ago, but anyway, now that the closed beta is over, frowny face, I've designed a review for the beta covering 5 main points that you will see throughout the video. First, we'll cover the story, which kicks off right after you make your main character here.
Hey! Just hold on! Come on back! I need you! Look, you're gonna be okay! Hell, at this point, you're more okay than me! Shit! That explosion took out the commander. We have a job to do. We're still gonna do it. It's just...
Landing in 1 minute. Should be able to see it coming up on my right.
Found out a little more about the first wave. They're all either dead or MIA. So this is up to us. That's why we need to get it together, right now.
JTF 6-8 the tower, visual Hudson. Yeah, 2 division agents on board. That explosion was their right in. Okay, clear to land. JTF 6-8.
Usually you need some time to know if you can count on someone. Well, we're out of time. My bet's on you. It has to be. I hope to God I'm right.
Welcome to Hudson Piers! I'm not sure what you're looking to get out of this. Everything behind this gate is a goddamn war zone.
So who's in command here?
Captain Benitez was in charge. He was leading ops in the post office, but we lost contact when he left base this morning. If he's still radio silent by tomorrow, there's talk of pulling out.
No one's pulling out. We're taking this city back. Get whatever gear you need. I'll catch up with you.
Good luck out there. You'll need it.
Dispatch, this is Division Agent Fei Lau, empowered and authorized by Executive Order and DHS Directive 51.
Whoever you are, we're under an all-out assault. I'm not sure how much help you... screw it. We'll take anything you can give us. How are you on my comms?
We've got your back. Just try not to shoot at anyone who's trying to help you. Over.
Alright, so while I herded up around here for a little bit, I'm gonna explain some things. So after you step off the chopper, you're now in Camp Hudson. That's where I was when I stepped off. Yeah. But after that, you now have to go to what looks like a city hall where the JTF is stationed, and you must help them set up a base of operations, which is what I'm about to go do right now. But now some things about the Division, like, for example, there are a few factions that we know about. First, there's the Division, which is a vast group of sleeper agents around the nation that are trained for this scenario. In the scenario it was called Dark Winter. But all of them have been activated, and there was a first and second wave, and the first wave they're either all dead or MIA. I'll let them talk real quick.
Unit 43, be advised, you have incoming Division agents as backup to your location.
About damn time you get us some help. Get him here right now.
Foster, we need support on the stairs. Martinez, move up on the flank. Go, go, go!
Alright, so anyway, the Division, which was a bunch of sleeper agents, they were activated as a last resort to save what remains. Next, there's the JTF, or Joint Task Force, which is a group of law enforcement, police, National Guard, all that stuff. Other types of services that work together with the Division to ensure that the government does not collapse. Next, there are the rioters who do what they do. They riot. There's also a PMC known as the Last Battalion that we don't know much about except that they exist. But lastly, my favorite. Some guys started a group called the Cleaners, which is a band of people who work to get rid of any trace of the virus or infected. How? By killing all the infected and burning anything infected or contaminating. Did I mention I like fire? But anyways, the whole goal of the Division is to completely set up your base of operations with a fully functional medical, tech, and security wing, and eventually find a cure. Oh, and by the way, the infection is a genetically engineered version of the smallpox virus. It was released by, I forgot the guy's name, but it was released on a banknote during Black Friday, and so that's how it spread through all of New York. But so after you do this firefight, you will you'll have to go on a mission in the building right across from there, actually, to rescue a doctor who will help you set up your medical wing. And the medical wing was the only thing available in the beta, but you can only go up to 20% build. So I'll cover a little more later. But the story, I for what they had in the beta, I did really like the story. In total, I'll tell you what the score was later. But there's also some side missions and encounters that I'll show you too.
Dispatch, situation outside is now under control. My official report, the division saved our sorry asses.
Thanks for the report, Bravo Squad. Stay alert out there and keep it frosty. I'm glad you made it.
Now let's rebuild our base. Go on in and have a look around. I finally got some transportation, so I'm inbound. Let's do this. Agent, we need our base up and running, and we need to show the people of New York they're getting their city back. Our base of operations has potential, but right now it's a piece of shit and we've got no one to staff it. To get this place where it needs to be, we need people who know what they're doing. Like doctors. There's a virologist running a field hospital over at Madison Square Garden, but the whole area's gone to shit. With her, we can get our medical facilities online. Without her... The JTF commander, Benitez, is in a field and he's gone offline. Bring him back. We need him to set up a functional security wing, and it'll do a hell of a lot for morale. We've also got to restore basic services. We need power and the intel the grid can give us. They had a guy working on that, but it sounds like he ran into trouble patching us in. Without him, it's lights out. Word is that they've really trashed the place. It would have broken my dad's heart to see it go to hell like this. We used to watch games there together. I think it's better my folks didn't live to see any of this. But then I think about all the people doing their best to keep going. That's who we do this for, Agent. Go get them. To get to Kobe's, you'll have to pass by some contaminated areas. There used to be plenty of sick people being treated there before they got shot. So be careful.
Alright, so this is the mission, the only available mission that I was able to play in the beta, where you go rescue a doctor, which allows you to start your medical wing. I liked how the mission was laid out, you know? You're going to the building, you gotta find the doctor, and then you gotta help them escape. So I didn't feel like there was any real, like, unnecessary bullcrap or anything. But you can go through the mission with teammates, and you go on normal or hard difficulty. So if you get bored, you know, bump it up to hard if you're a higher level. You can approach any situation how you want to. Like, you can go in, you can choose where you want to shoot from, you can choose how to use your equipment. Pretty much approach it almost any way you want to. The damage seemed a little bit unbalanced, so it was kind of hard to do a stealth kill where you just sniped a couple people here and there. But it didn't seem like there's any real nonsense or unnecessary shootouts or anything like that. So that I really like that about the campaign so far.
Warning. Your team requires aid immediately.
Oh, by the way, yeah, right here you can revive your teammates and they can revive you. Later you'll see that I get downed and they don't do anything even though I'm yelling at them in game. But by the way, this is hard mode, that's why they have so much health. Normal is so much easier. But we're about to rescue the doctor in a little bit, and I didn't record the scene because it seemed a little pointless and it would take too long. But you do go up on the roof after this, and you have to help you have to take out some enemies to allow the extraction, and you do get XP and a free equipment item or a gun at the very end. So I'll let the rest of this play out.
Keep your heads down and keep it quiet.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
escort party's taking heavy fire from the roof. They can't move until you get up there and take down that gunner.
We're pinned down! There's no way we'll make it across alive!
Intercepting radio transmission. Stand by.
Guys, we're gonna have to cut the city's water pressure. Yeah, they're putting out our fires faster than we can start them. We can't let them get in the way of the job.
Alright, so there are several side missions and encounters in the game, which I love. Encounters are small firefights or hostage situations where you must engage the rioters or cleaners and then defend the area from more hostiles. What I'm doing right now is an example of a side mission where I have to take out some cleaners who are trying to... yeah, you know. But there are also some other small things like finding weapon parts and tools, but also echoes, which is where you can scan an area and then it shows what happened right around the apocalypse, as we saw in the trailer a while back whenever they were down in the subway. But there are also agent paths where you can track an agent's path to find intel, and there's missing case reports and phone conversations and other stuff you can find for small amounts of XP. All in all, I did love how they did the story so far, so I gave it a 9.4 for the story, side missions, and encounters section, and I'll let the rest of this play out.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Water pressure at critical levels. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Water pressure at critical levels. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Attention. Up online. Water pressure stabilizing. Confirmed. Water pressure restored to normal. No hostile activity detected.
So that was a guy on the radio, and I freaking love him. But here we're going over the gameplay portion of the game where I analyze the HUD, weapon selection, weapon/gear customization. I'll also go over the actual function of the game, how you move and stuff, but that will be shown throughout the video. But first thing here, I'm showing you the weapon customizations, how many attachments there are, gear and all that. I'll also show the appearances in just a little bit, like the actual aesthetic pieces. But tired. I'm actually in a safe house in the dark zone, and there's a vendor right there, but this is a safe place to do this. In the game, you know, it has similar Call of Duty controls where you hold down to sprint and stuff. There is no crouch function or prone function, which I do not like. The only time you go kind of crouch is whenever you're ducking behind cover. But yeah, there is a melee, which doesn't do barely any damage at all. It's the same left trigger aim, right trigger shoot stuff. Grenades are a little bit trickier to throw because you have your abilities on your bumpers. And use the D-pad, which you'll see in a little bit once I exit the safe house. Left on the D-pad for grenades, right on the D-pad for like health and stuff. And then down the D-pad for emotes. I don't think the up pad does anything, or up the D-pad. You press Y to switch between your weapons, and double tap it to switch to go to your secondary. There's all that stuff. But you know, the gameplay. I think that it should. I'll just. Yeah. I can't get out words. But anyway, one suggestion: I do think that they should have less health and the gun should do more damage. Right now, the headshots do double damage, which doesn't really do anything. I think it should be like 5-10 times damage, and the melee should do a lot more damage. I think it should be like slow but effective, kind of like Halos, I guess. And so that's my opinion, and I'm gonna let this play out right here because this guy is an idiot.
And still.
Yeah, since we're in the dark zone and he shot at me, he went rogue, so I actually killed him and collected his bounty. So anyway, for the gameplay, as a whole, I gave it an 8.9, which was pretty decent, but there's a lot of stuff that could be improved. Alright, so I just ranked up because I killed a rogue agent. And right here, I'm going to be covering the multiplayer and community part. So first off, I met these people and I'm going to end up inviting them to a group so we can play and talk together. In the group, there's no friendly fire, so you can't damage your teammates, so that's obviously a perk. If you go rogue, your whole team will go rogue. And you actually pick up items in the dark zone, but they're all contaminated, and you can only hold up to 6 of those. So you got to extract them, which you'll see later. In the dark zone is the only other multiplayer besides the mission co-op. This is the main multiplayer. This is the PvP zone. Like this is, kill each other and get loot. But you can have if you get shot in the dark zone, you lose all of your dark zone gear and potentially a few of your permanent items that are on you. But yeah, that's the gist of it. You do have to extract your items through an extraction, so you have to call in a helicopter, and it takes them about a minute and a half to get there. You can get killed in that time, and that's the only way to get your contaminated gear. But it's not what you think. Like, and I thought that this is like PvP all-out warfare, but it's just like PvP happens occasionally, but not like the main focus. The main focus is actually, sorry, that's my alarm. The main focus is actually getting the gear and just having fun. So this is the main source of like PvP multiplayer, and I think it's really fantastic. They do have NPCs in there, and they are, oh my god, they've got a lot of armor. They're ridiculous. And but they drop some pretty good loot though, like mostly rares, some superior high-end stuff. But yeah, I really loved how they did the multiplayer and the community. The community is a big part of it. I love the community. There's not a lot of dicks or anything. Everyone's pretty nice. Everyone's pretty chill. Everyone works together. So I gave the multiplayer and community aspect a 9.4, just like the story mode. And we've only got 2 more aspects to cover, and then I'll give the final review in the average. So I'll let the rest of this video play out, or the rest of this clip right here, as we go on to extract our items.
Agent, I am inbound on your position.
A new agent is joining your team. Commencing cargo retrieval.
Seconds.
Alright, so this is the start of the realism section of the game, where I go over the damage and health, the voice acting, environmental aspects, and map size. First of all, the damage is ridiculous. It takes way too many shots to kill somebody, especially a headshot. The voice acting, if you listen, they do actually match the characters. I know you can't tell in here, but they do actually match the characters for the ones where they do show the faces. And for fire, you stop, drop, and roll to get out of it. Alright, so continuing off the environmental aspects, you can kill all of the animals, and I was half tempted to take off points for being able to kill a dog, but yeah, I know it's depressing. But your footsteps do show in the snow, and the environment, the weather does actually change. Sometimes it'll be like this. Sometimes it'll be snowing a little bit, and sometimes you'll just be in a blizzard. Like, you won't be able to see barely anything. One thing I love that you'll see right up here. First off, the people do interact with you. If you point a gun at them, they'll get scared, and you can help citizens, and they'll drop items. And you can walk by them, they'll say some stuff. But he was speaking Russian. Not everybody in New York would speak English. I do like that. Another thing, like, you'll see little stories. Whenever you pass by citizens, they'll blab about how the apocalypse started or something, or they'll just simply like be talking to each other. And you'll see some things, like one time there was this couple having a dispute in the road, and there was also another one where this guy was trying to steal a girl's food or something, and they worked it out. And the characters have personalities too, like this woman who I feel strongly negatively about, because she's just very, very, very rude. But for the environmental aspects,
Take it and go.
ooh, I did not cover map size. Let's just hold that up real quick.
What are you waiting for? Don't waste my time.
So onto the map size. That red area you see, not the border, but the actual filled in red area, that's the dark zones. That red area is the border line for the beta, and that white outline you see around right there, that is the whole entire map. And this kind of scares me because it doesn't seem like it's going to be as big as it was originally advertised, but it does look like, I heard that they'll add other parts, east, west, north, south, as DLCs, but that ain't good. So I gave the realism aspect an 8.4. Lastly, to tie up this whole review and gameplay video, I valued the replay value at 9.3. It's a very fun game. These are my friends right here, just goofing around. waiting for our road to expire. We did a glitch, and this gives us a lot of points. But the game is fantastic. I would suggest getting it. I will give the final review right about now.
Maybe it's fucking aliens at this point. I believe anything.
I just wanted to thank you guys one last time for watching this video. I put a lot of work into it, and I've been trying to upload more often. I wanted to wait till the beta was over so I could fully enjoy it and fully get a consensus of what it was. But thank you for watching so much. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed it and you want more content. Comment, please tell me anything about The Division or my videos or me. Tell me if I sound stupid. I don't care. As long as it's advice or just any comment whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching. Just kind of goofing around right here. You can see this is a freaking blizzard. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting The Division. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.